We are IIAP.
At the heart of conversations like this is the work of IIAP, the Insurance Institute for Asia and the Pacific. IIAP believes that insurance isn't just about policies, it is about people, their dreams, their futures, and their resilience. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the IIAP podcast, where we connect with movers, shakers, and brilliant minds of the insurance industry. My name is Jacqueline Raj, and I will be your host for today. We have something very exciting for this episode because we have a very, very special guest, a legend in the lecture hall and a true icon of the Insurance Institute for Asia and the Pacific. He is meticulous, he's analytical, and he is hilarious, and he set the gold standard for insurance training. The one and only Gerry Papa. Hello.
Thank you, Jackie, for the exceedingly generous introduction. While I was listening to all the superlatives, I was tempted to look over my shoulder just to make sure that there was no other guest that you were introducing. But seriously, I really just enjoy training. I guess I also enjoy the excellent coffee I'm served in the IIAP.
Ooh, okay, I love that. You know what, you seem to have a really interesting background, very tenured, and just so much rich history, you know what I'm saying? Sir Gerry, I'm so glad that you're here. We're gonna learn a lot from you, but I want to know more about your rich history. Could you tell us a little bit more about your journey?
My first job was as a management trainee in FGU Insurance Corporation. I remember that when I was choosing a place to work at, I was thinking, I don't want to go to the banking industry because all of the brilliant students in my graduating class were going to the banking industry. So I wanted to join a different industry where I have a chance.
Interesting strategy. Okay.
Well, after my stint in FGU Insurance, I joined Pioneer Insurance. No?
Okay.
And I became the supervisor of the Marine Hull Claims Department. And I spent a few years in Pioneer. Then I made another career shift. I moved to Human Resources Development.
Whoa,
So,
that's quite a shift, right?
Yeah,
Very
you can say
different.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And because I was always interested in people, I would love to observe people, and I just enjoyed watching people and being with people. So I said, I'd rather be in HR. So I have many interactions with all the employees, right?
Oh, I love that for you.
And plus the training, because ever since I was a kid in high school, my dream was always to be a teacher.
Really?
I had teachers who influenced my life so much, who made such a deep impression on me, and seeing how they had affected my life, I wanted to affect other people's lives too.
Oh.
And so I had kept that in me for so long, and then so when I had the chance,
Right.
I said, I applied for the HR post. No? When the HR manager of our company resigned, I said, I applied for it.
Okay.
And surprisingly, they gave
Okay.
it to me. So I had a stint in HR, and then I went back to a line department. I became the manager of the motor car underwriting and claims department in Pioneer. From there, I became a life insurance agent.
From that point on.
From that point, after Pioneer,
Wow.
I became a life insurance agent. And of course, I continued to teach in the IIAP. So I've been teaching in the IIAP for, nakakahiya sabihin, siguro 40 years.
You should be proud of that.
yeah, actually, yes,
Yes.
you're right.
Yes, because the more tenured you are, especially when it comes to being a subject matter expert, you know, a pioneer in the field, so to speak, the years of experience really speak for it, you know?
Right,
and I think you
right,
have a
thank
lot
you.
of that.
That's true. I agree
Yes,
with you.
That's something to be proud of.
Right.
Sir Gerry, that is such an inspiring story. I love that you mentioned as well how much you love people and you love seeing transformations. That combination, I think, just makes you so exceptional in your field. And now I'm very curious because a little bird told me that you are quite a perfectionist, especially when it comes to your lectures. They said there's not a font or a grammatical error in place. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
The little bird was lying.
Oh, really? A little bird.
No, I wouldn't describe myself as a perfectionist.
Okay.
No. I try to speak grammatically correct English with the right diction, not because I abhor grammatical errors per se, but because grammatical mistakes can alter your message and
That's
distract your trainees. No? I'll give you an example. No? For example, if I want to define insurable interest,
Okay.
and I explain it to you in this way. Insurable interests in property is a relations with the property, such as if it is damaged or killed, it will result in a financial loss.
Okay.
So it needs a bit of deep analysis to decipher what I was trying
The
to say. Right?
words, yes.
Okay, so
Transliteration is happening.
my point is
Yes.
how you say something affects how your audience receives the information. So if you are not clear, good grammar helps convey a clear message. What I try to do is to speak in a manner that will be easily understood by my audience. No? The idea is not to be perfect, but to be understood.
So you seem to have a lot of experience working with people, empowering them. Now I'm very curious, what is your definition of a good trainer?
An effective trainer for me is someone who sees himself as a facilitator of learning. To facilitate is to make learning easy for your trainees. So precision and completeness are important. But the effective trainer needs to consider not only the subject matter of the talk, he must focus on the trainees as well. He understands that his job is not to impress his audience with the breadth and depth of his knowledge and experience, but rather to be able to explain highly technical insurance principles and concepts in language that can be easily understood by the trainees. I want the participants to have as many aha moments as possible. I want them to say, the topic was so complicated and convoluted, but now it's simple and clear.
Yes.
An example of a eureka moment was once when I turned my back to my class and I was writing something on the whiteboard and I overheard a participant whisper. She said, "Oh my gosh, I just realized something. Mr. Papa is bald." Because when I turned, she saw my bald spot. Those are the eureka moments that... No, I'm just kidding.
I'm so invested in this story. And I go, oh, he's bald. What? Okay. First of all, I would have thrown that girl out of class. So anyway. But no, did that really happen?
No.
I mean, like, oh my goodness, so disrespectful.
No.
But okay, so.
But that's why I said she whispered. But actually, I made it up.
Okay.
Just to lighten the mood.
Just to be sure you're paying attention.
Okay.
Sir Gerry, you're absolutely funny. I bet there's no boring class every time you handle the class. And I understand that you definitely insert a lot of humor into your lectures.
When you're discussing a highly technical subject, it's easy for the participants to become tired and bored. When I see someone suppress a yawn,
Oh no.
I know it's time for a joke.
Oh, okay.
I know how stressful it can be to attend lectures on topics that are alien to you. I expect after an hour, your mind wanders and you start wishing you were on a beach in Siargao, right? Light moments make your audience relax, unwind, and refocus. My talks are 3 hours of insurance,
3 hours, wow.
stand-up comedy, a little song and dance.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a lecture. It's a full show.
Wait, you said song and dance, so you actually sing and dance in class? For real? I'd love to attend your classes. Can you do it now? I'm kidding.
I neither sing or dance.
Okay.
But it's part imparting knowledge, it's part entertainment.
Got it. Oh, not literal sense, my goodness.
Not
okay,
literal,
not in a
not-
literal
not
sense.
literal.
Because some classes, they actually do that, So
Yeah, I can imagine.
in my defense.
Yeah, but not me, since can't sing and I can't dance. But what I like about these light moments is that they humanize the lecturer. They see that you're just a regular guy. You aren't perfect, just like everyone else isn't, right? I don't want to be seen like this old, grumpy, gray-haired, old school. You can disagree anytime, you know.
I'm just, every opinion matters, so I'm just listening.
And you know, these terror profs, I don't want to be seen as a terror teacher. I want them to see me like an old friend who just happens to know more about the topic than they do and who wants to try his best to bridge that gap in knowledge. I guess that's the way I look at training.
I definitely love that you mentioned about humanizing the trainer, because that definitely breaks the barrier, right? Especially, you do give off that energy. You're very kind, you're very open, and you know, I love that I get to ask these questions from an expert like you. You're very humble, sir. But you mentioned about the 3-hour training. Like that's a long time.
Yeah,
And
it is.
yeah, I mean, attention span, hello. But tell me more about, who do you think should be getting this intensive type of training?
Yeah, good question. I used to be head of human resources development, and I remember that the perennial problem in insurance companies is the aging workforce, and not just the employees in general, but the officer level employees. Very few companies have an understudy program where you identify successors to your high-level managers and start training them and preparing them for eventually taking over.
Wow, okay.
It's a big problem for many insurance companies. My first employer, FGO Insurance, I thought that their idea was fabulous.
Okay.
Because what they did was to hire fresh graduates and then make them undergo intensive training in the technical side of insurance. So what they did to us was they gathered 5 fresh grads from different schools. We stayed in an enclosed room, and they expected us to simply study, read books. We would have a training director who would conduct classes once, twice every week. But the rest of the time, we were expected to just self-study. If you leave 5 fresh grads in an enclosed room, we didn't study all the time,
Oh,
right?
no, okay.
And that was a good program.
Okay.
I think the best in its time.
Okay.
However, this brings me to a program of the IIAP that I've been involved with as a coach, is the Suits program of the IIAP, where, just like FGU in the past, they hired fresh graduates.
I see.
But this is the big difference, no?
Okay.
What the IIAP does for these scholars is that they give them a very well-rounded training, no? In all the different functions, all the lines of insurance. And what surprised me was that they even have sessions on developing people management skills. No?
So these soft
So
skills are also in there.
even the soft skills. No?
Love that.
I used to teach parts of the program, but when I became a coach, I was exposed to the entire program.
I see.
And I was so amazed. I remember telling Francis that they should be offered to more companies.
Yeah, wow.
Because this is a way for these companies to more or less force them to identify promising employees, for example,
Okay.
whom they could ask to undergo this program.
Okay.
Or if they want to, they could hire new employees who meet their standards, no? And then enroll them in the Suits program. What I like about it is that when we were trainees in FGO Insurance, we couldn't see the forest for the trees.
Okay.
They showed us all the trees.
No. And you were like, where do we go?
But we didn't have a drone view of the whole forest.
Okay,
no?
okay.
The beauty of the IIAP program is that it shows the scholars a broad, integrated view, It does not only train them in the specific functions that are performed inside an insurance company, within an insurance company, but it also explains their interrelationships, no? The links and how each department coordinates with another, and how they support each other.
Right.
And I think this overview, no, where you understand how each part of the organization fits in the general scheme of things,
Yes.
is a fantastic perspective to have. No? These graduates of the Suits program, you can put them in any department.
Wow.
Not only do they know their role, will they know their role, but they will also understand how that department interacts with other departments and the value of cooperation and coordination among these departments. It's the most underrated program of the IIAP. It's a pity that not more companies support the program. I think it's one way of making sure that you're developing a new set of would-be officers of the company with that broad, general, all-encompassing, integrated view of how an insurance company works.
Right. So Gerry, I love that you brought that up, and definitely you had a different, approach when, like you mentioned, back in the days, right? But we follow a same model, we hire fresh graduates. Amazing. I'm actually curious now, because you mentioned not all companies are supportive of this kind of program. What is it that they're missing that you would really wish they could see from the get-go?
When we were management trainees in FGU, they paid a good salary.
Okay.
They paid us for about a year. And all we did was to study. The IIAP program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Study for an entire year,
Yep.
education, you get paid.
You get paid.
Okay, okay.
The investment that they put into the program.
Right.
I'm amazed how forward-thinking they were.
At the time.
We don't mind spending.
Yes.
Because we know that this is an investment for the company's future. I think that's what some companies could be missing. The Suits program is a 2-month program. So the cost to me is a fraction of the cost that FGU spent to train their management trainees.
Yeah.
But the effect on the trainees of today, wow, exponentially better than the results that FGU got
In the past.
from from us lowly
Here we go again with the humble.
grads.
The humble you.
That's what I hope other insurance companies realize.
Yeah.
That there exists this program that can mean a whole lot for the future of the company.
I love that. Return of investment, something that people don't necessarily see at this point. And you mentioned something really important that I think we are definitely trying to bring to awareness, is having that shift of mindset as well when it comes to this type of investment. I love that. You mentioned a lot about the previous history, and I now can see, I think you're the best person to answer this. How different was the landscape in the insurance industry back then compared to now?
Okay, there was also an IIAP in the past. During those times, the way you really learned was by doing the work. Well, it helps, but remember, you had to fail repeatedly to learn. No? The beauty of this time is that there's an IIAP. I remember I used to attend IIAP courses. I remember telling myself while sitting through those courses, well, no offense meant to the IIAP of the 80s, but I would tell myself, I didn't have to attend this. I could have just read the book.
Oh,
and,
no.
That was the quality of insurance education then.
Back then.
But now it's totally different. For one, I'd like to think that I'm an effective trainer. IIAP now has several excellent trainers who are not there simply to mouth things that are in the book, but who actually can explain the whys, make the topics interesting, with sharing real-world applications. These things, the IIAP has evolved.
For sure.
And I'm very happy to be part of the IIAP.
Aw. Sir Gerry, I certainly enjoyed having this conversation with you. I've had a complete mind shift as well, or
Likewise.
perspective shift rather, when it comes to insurance. I wish we could talk more, but we are pressed for time. But I would love to give the floor to you. Do you have any last message or parting words that you'd like to give our audience today?
I wish more companies and individuals realize that training is an investment. It's not an expense. And the returns can be exponential.
Yes, I love that. Definitely, for sure. Training is definitely an investment and not an expense. I love that. It's something that we can definitely take away with us for this particular episode. Thank you so much, Sir Gerry. I had a pleasure speaking with you. It was super fun. You made me laugh so much. Once again, this episode is brought to you by the Insurance Institute for Asia and the Pacific, or IIAP, the leading institution dedicated to insurance education, professional growth, and of course, building the leaders of tomorrow. Now, you can visit IIAP website to learn more, because I'm sure you're very curious. So you can learn more about how IIAP is helping shape the future of the industry. My name is Jacqueline Raj, and this has been the IIAP podcast. Until next time, definitely keep learning, keep growing, and keep building a stronger, smarter insurance industry together.